I want you guys to put your hands together, give it up. Mr. Austin Walsh is in the house. Let's go.
Thank you. Huh?
Scott, give him a chair.
How are you guys doing?
Unbelievable.
Let's try that again. How are we doing? I have one very simple rule. I hate giving lectures. I love having conversations. How do conversations work? Two ways. So I hate talking to myself. I want to talk to you. I started off as a lemonade salesman. It was the best gig in the entire world. I went into my mom's kitchen, whatever she had, I'd take it, sell it on the street, and never give her back $1 back. 100% pure profit model. Went from that to being a DJ. I wanted to become a DJ for three really simple reasons. Reason one, you get paid to party. Reason two, you get paid to play music. And reason three, women. Girls at that point, but that's okay. I bought a little turntable from the middle of Guitar Center and became the South Suburbs of Chicago DJ. Wedding, bar mitzvah, party in your parents' basement, they didn't know about. You pay me $400. I'd come and DJ for hours, and it was great business. Went from that into Facebook marketing and throwing really, really large parties in the South Suburbs of Chicago. Our average party would have about 1,000 kids attend at $20 a head, and I said, I'm done DJing. I just want to focus on parties. From there, really into online marketing and selling different products online. 18 to 21, we started doing really big online affiliate launches that would average around $100,000 in a week sales, and then would scale up from there. Did that up until, I don't know, my second year of college. You ever wake up one day and just say, holy shit, I'm tired? Some of you, it was probably today. That was me. I said, I'm tired, I want to take a break. I took a break for a few years, really didn't do much. Met my wife, traveled a bit. Was still doing some speaking engagements. I dropped out of college a week after I gave a lecture at Harvard, so I said I was done with that. And then took a few years off, came back around 25 years old, and really helped different types of businesses scale their online processes. My entire gig, I would come in, help you scale up, take a gross of the revenue, and then I would leave. And I would do about 20 of those gigs a year. And then COVID hit, and COVID was like the most interesting time in the world because I've been telling everyone since I was, 17, 18 years old that you have to be selling where? Online. It doesn't matter if you're a brick and mortar, it doesn't matter if you're a roofing business, doesn't matter if you're a dentist. You still have to be generating traffic online because it's the great equalizer, right? And COVID hit and everyone said, hey, you're right. And my phone started to ring like crazy. And I took COVID and built out an entire SaaS product called MobexPro, which is all focused around mobile texting and mobile marketing and understanding how the interaction base is so strong on mobile. And so we've done that for the last few years and had a blast doing that. And I'm here today for a few reasons. One, Orlando is beautiful. Two, I love Orlando. You got a great, what's the place over here? Kobe? Oh, love Kobe, that play. Every time I was just in town like 2 months ago, I went to Kobe, so I'm back for that. And three, to have some fun with you guys. Is it okay? Say yes? Good. Now, how many of you actually own businesses? Okay, good. How many of you want to own a business? How many of you are still trying to figure all this shit out? Good, great. So I want to talk to you about a few different things today, but mostly, one, what is the most important thing that we need to do to start scaling these companies? Two, how do we sell better and more effectively online? And then three, some of the systems that we can use to do it. Is that okay? Yeah. Yes or yes? Yes. Yes, love conversations, hate talking to myself. Please don't make me talk to myself. So, what does every single business need to survive, grow, prosper, and then eventually sell the company? What do we need? Money, no. Good marketing, no. What? No. Customers, no. Product, no. Everyone always says, people say product all the time. Do any of you have, and people usually say good product. Do any of you have internet service at home? Does it ever go down and you have to call the customer service and it's absolute dog shit? Yes, no. So it's not really even a good product. It's not a customer. What do we need to survive, grow, prosper, and then eventually sell the company? No.
Being available?
No. No. No, everyone says customer. We already said customers. No, you have to have leads. Okay, so think about this, right? Without people to talk to, what happens? Nothing. You could have the best customer service in the world, the best product in the world, the best everything in the world, the best lead engagement flow, the best conversation afterwards, the best sales process. But if you don't have any leads coming in, you have basically what? Nothing. You could have the best pizza shop in the world and have the best pizza in the world, but if no one ever walks in to buy pizza, You have what? Nothing. And so we as potential business owners or as business owners, we have to focus on how do we actually generate consistent lead flow. And I think a lot of the times we as these owners are thinking of the wrong things. We are thinking of like everything that we just said and listed. We're thinking about those things, but we have to think about the start of it, right? We need to think about how do we generate more consistent lead flow, because if we can do that, we can then make more of all the things that we just listed, yes? You get more leads, you get more what? Customers, you get more sales, you get more better customer service. You have all these different other challenges that we can deal with, but we have to figure out how to get leads. So how do we generate leads now? What does that mean, though? Everyone always says ads, leads, but be specific. Yes. Cold calls. So praying. Knock on doors. That's good. I always people say social media, and they say, well, they'll make a post and then they hope that somebody what? Please respond. No, so we as owners or we as business owners need to understand that we have to systemize things, because when we systemize things, we know that it's going to what? Work. If we just hope that something happens, it doesn't work. So I think a few things. One, you need to figure out here's the amount of leads I want per day. I don't care if it's 10, 50, 100, whatever it is per day, here's the amount of leads that I want to capture a day. And if we can capture that amount per day, we now have, or we have a goal, and if we can systemize it, we can then scale it. So let's just say we want to start with 10 leads a day. Easy number, yes?
Yes.
Good. So what's the easiest way to capture 10 leads a day? Well, in my opinion, the easiest way to do it is probably to run some form of ad, which somebody said, an ad, right? So let's say we want to run an ad. We have to identify and pick a marketplace to run said ad. So where should we run this ad? But be specific, where? Facebook, okay. Do you have a product?
Just past experiences.
Okay, so yeah, so we have to pick somewhere to run this ad. Now, there's all these different places to pick it. You got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google, yada, 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 the list continues. And so one, I think it gets very confusing with these networks. I want to tell you one simple rule. Pick one of these and own it. Every single other one should be dead to you. If you're doing all this time, spending all this time on different networks, running ads on different networks, you're wasting your time because you can't scale up effectively because it gets confusing. So pick one network and own it. I also think that every single network has a different demographic associated with it, and it has different tools associated with it. For instance, when you think of Instagram, what do you think of? I also think of photos. So if you suck at taking photos, probably not the place to go. Sure, there's younger, right? So if you're trying to cater to a younger product demographic, sure. When you think of LinkedIn, what do you think of?
Professionals.
Executive professionals. Good. When you think of Pinterest, what do you think of? No, I think of women. That's it. Because hands high if you have a Pinterest account in here, please. Where's the one guy? There you go. One. See? Only because of her, sure, but it's a mostly dominated women. So if you're selling to women, you should be where? Pinterest, own it. So pick one of these networks and own it. Now, we have to do what's called run an ad on one of these networks. Doesn't matter which network that you do, but there's a few really simple rules that I think are so important to do when you're talking about creating and running these ads. Is it okay if I give some of these to you? Say yes. Yes, good. So the ones that said yes can stay. The rest of you get out. So go ahead, your question? I'm saying you just pick that one network, and that's the one you should focus on and own it in that sense. If you actually want to own Facebook, that'd be cool, and we should talk later. If you have an idea for that, let me know. Okay. So we have a few really simple rules when we're running these ads. One, has anyone ever run an ad in here before? Okay, good. Have you ever run an ad and you did something like this? You're like, okay, my perfect customer is 35 to 55. They make $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. They like this, 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 and this. And then a number come back that looks like this, 200,000 people. Yes? What's your name? Dana. Dana put all her stuff in for her ad. She typed it all in, and then she saw this big number come back, and Dana said, holy shit, this is awesome. 200,000 people want to buy my stuff. This is great. And then you press play, and you started putting money into it, and then what happened? Absolutely nothing, right? Big flop. Or not a profitable, wasn't as good as you wanted it to be, right? And so this is what happens. You have to understand, we cannot run ads and we cannot do marketing to massive groups at a time. The goal of, what's the difference between advertising and marketing? Does anyone know? Advertising is I want someone to see my stuff. Marketing is I want someone to buy my stuff. And there's a really big difference between it, and sometimes we mistake these. So if we're doing something to over 200,000 people, we're advertising. We're not actually getting anyone to buy. But small business owners typically need to do a lot more marketing and very little advertising. We don't care if someone sees our stuff. We only care if someone buys our stuff, okay? So this is problem one, is that we can't run ads to huge groups. So we need to run ads to groups like this, 20,000 people. If we can run an ad to a group of 20,000 people, because the goal of an ad is what? Close. Close. The goal of an ad is to get people to see it over and over again, because if they see it over and over again, they have a much higher chance of doing what? No, not buying. Buying comes second. They have to click first. If they don't click on the ad, you have no what? No chance. Zero chance. So we need to get them to click to even get the opportunity to get them to buy something, okay? So continuing with this, we need to run ads to a group of 20,000 people. So how do we run ads to groups of 20,000 people? One, do not do age range that are 20 to 30 plus groups. Like we need to keep our age ranges within a 10-year gap. 50 to 60, 40 to 50, 35 to 45, those types of things, important. Two, you should only run ads when you're starting specifically just to zip codes. Why? Because I can do about 10 minutes of research on a zip code and tell you exactly what kind of person lives there. I can tell you how much they make. I can tell you how much their houses are worth. I can tell you if they rent or if they buy. I can tell you all these different things with about 10 minutes of research on zip codes. So I want to only market to like 3 different zip codes. And then I want to really simply run the ad. Not much more complication than that. Few simple rules. And this happens all the time. People run an ad. Nothing happens. No one really clicks or no one really buys the first week, and they do what? They shut it off, which is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. It's almost like, have you ever gotten a six-pack in a week? If you do, please let me know. I got to go to Cabo in a few days, and I would really love that before I go. But it's not realistic. It takes time to see a what? A result. Good. It takes time to see results. So you need to run this. You need to run these ads for a minimum of 3 weeks. How long? 3 weeks. By week 2, week 3, you'll start to see some clicks because people need to see the ad a few times. They get familiar with the ad. When they get familiar with it, they what? They click on it. Okay? Good on this so far? Say yes? Need some tequila and coffee in here. ASAP. For some of you, not all of you, just some of you, which is okay. So now this becomes step number 2, which is really, really important. So there's 3 really crucial things that need to happen for you to have some sort of success on the internet. One, we need to be able to get traffic, which means we need to get people to click on something that we own. The goal of social media is not to build a big following on social media. It's to get people off of social media and onto our platforms. Does that make sense? The goal is not to have 100,000 Facebook likes unless you're trying to sell some detox tea or something like that. The goal is to get them into our platform so we own the data. 2, the second goal is to get someone to actually opt into our stuff. So we have traffic, and then we need to actually convert them into a what? Into a lead, right? The customer comes next. So how do we convert them into a lead? Typically, you give away something for what? For free. So what do you give away for free? So step 2 is capture data, okay? So we have to give away something for free. So what do you give away for free? What? Information like what? Like a physical one or an online one? Okay, probably an online one. What else? A free service like what? Facials? That's insanely expensive though, right? A free consultation. Then you'll have no time ever in your entire life. I mean, when I think about when I'm giving away something for free, I want to give away something for free that I can scale effectively but that doesn't ruin my life. So for example, if I sent you 500 consults next week, your life is ruined. Probably. My life would. I would be like, oh no, I'm good. So we need to give them, and then two, what is the goal of giving somebody something away, something for free? What is the goal of that? No, wrong. Why is this wrong? Because who does the customer care about? We all agree? Okay. So the customer doesn't care about us. And so we, when we're giving away something for free, even up until the point where they're buying something, our entire goal should be focused on who? On them, and not focused on ourselves. So the goal of giving away something for free is to generate the potential lead some sort of result. Because if we can generate a result at the free level, it makes it very easy for the person to do what? To buy. Makes it super easy for the person to buy. So our goal, obviously, like as the business, yes, our goal is to generate a lead. But bigger thinking in that is that we need to give them something that they're actually going to use. So what I like to do, and then it also has to be something that doesn't take a lot of what? Time, because people don't want to spend a lot of time. And I don't want to give away a service. I don't want to give away something physical, because then it becomes unfeasible for the business owner to maintain that level of, especially when it comes to getting more lead flow in. So I want you to give away something free that's really simple, like 5 tips, 4 tips, a little information pamphlet that'll take them less than 5 minutes to go through. We need to give them something that they're going to have. It's going to take very little time for them to go through that they can get a result out of quickly. Does this make sense? Tip number 1, run on the treadmill. Tip number 2, do 10 push-ups. Tip number 3, do 10 sit-ups. If someone that hasn't worked out or something joins your thing and does 10 sit-ups, they're going to feel instant pain, which is actually just a result. Does that make sense? So we want to give them something for free that is so simple for them to do, but they can do it and see a quick result. Good on this so far? Say yes? Yes. Okay, good. So we need to capture data. So then we know what we're giving away for free, or we have a somewhat general idea of it. Now we have to build a page that actually converts. What most pages look like when you're trying to capture data is they typically either have like a video or a bunch of copy or both, and then they ask for information. Now, most people ask for things like name, email, phone number, then sometimes they ask for mailing address, social security number, things of that nature. What's your name? Renee. Okay, pretend we're not here. Is that okay? Pretend we're at a bar. Is that okay? Okay, cool. Hey, what's your name? Renee. Hey, Renee, great to meet you. What's your email, phone number, and where do you live? And if you give me that information, I'll give you a free gift. It's exciting, trust me. Is it in the drink? Huh? So is it in the drink? Well, I don't know. That's weird, right? Yes, if anyone ever came up to you in person and said, hey, what's your name, email, and where do you live? That's a weird way to start a relationship. Do you agree, yes or no? Yes. And so I always ask people, and I've spoken all over the place, and I always ask people a really simple question. It's like, what is different than us sitting here right now having a conversation compared to us sitting online having a conversation? Is there any actual difference? Yeah. What? Face to face. No, it's a person talking to a person. It's a person communicating. Have you ever built a relationship online? Yeah. Okay, so is the relationship online different with someone that you met in person? Yeah. No, it's still a relationship that you should what? That you should value. You ever sold any? You ever? I mean, you talk about when you talk about communication, it's a person communicating with a what? So we should treat them the same what? The way. We should have respect for them the same way. Because I would never go up to someone in person and be like, what's your name, email, where do you live? And I don't think we should do that online because, one, it starts the relationship off what? Weird. Starts the relationship off awkward. If the relationship starts off awkward, it makes it much harder for that person to what? To trust you. And if it's harder for them to trust you, it's harder for them to what? Buy from you. Okay? So, you need to only ask for what you need to know. Just like when you're in person, you ask, hey, what's your name? And then you build from what? From that. I mean, I know, I don't know about you. This has happened to me many, many times when someone comes up to me after I speak and they're like, hey, can I get your phone number? I'm like, no, I don't know you. That's weird. But once we've built a relationship, then yeah, sure, maybe. Like we start. So I only need you to ask for what you need. So for us, the only thing that we ask for is a cell phone number. We don't ask for an email. We don't ask for a name. We don't ask for a mailing address. We just start with asking for a cell phone number. Why? Because it's the easiest way for us to get in contact with who? With them. We can send them a text message and they open it within 10 seconds and we know that now that conversation has started. The difference between 2024 and 2010 is that you used to ask for email addresses, and when you'd ask for an email address, it would take the person anywhere from a few minutes up to 10 to 24 hours to actually see it and respond. So our goal now is to have a quicker response rate with our potential customers and clients. Does that make sense? So we ask for a phone number. Good on this? Say yes? Okay, now, next part that's really important. We need to build a page that actually converts. So I showed you here that a lot of these pages, step one, they have a video on it. Does anyone know the average amount of time that someone spends on a website before they leave it? Yeah, I think it actually is around 12 to 14 seconds. It used to be 7. Somehow our attention span has gotten better than a rat's. It's impressive. Really mind-blowing, actually. But it's around 14 seconds. Now, does anyone know the average length of a video online? No, about 2 minutes. But let's just say it's 30 seconds. Fair? So I always ask people a simple question. Is 30 seconds more or less than 12? It's more, right? So if math says that the average person spends 12 seconds on a site and we have a video that's over 30 seconds, most people are going to leave by the time that video what? Finishes. So I'm a big when a person first comes to the site, no video, because it'll hurt your conversion. Number 2, in this video, who usually is it talking about who? It's you talking about yourself, and the customer only cares about who? Themselves. Great. So no video, none of that. I just want you to build a page that's very, very simple. This is where you ask for what you need. And on this page, we're just talking about 2 really important things. We're talking about them and the result they are going to receive. That's it. We're not talking about who. We're not talking about how great our franchise is. We're not talking about how great our stuff is. We're talking about here's what you're here for. Here's what your challenge is. Here's the results you're going to receive. That's it. Hey, use our pet sitting service, and your pet's going to be happier than ever, and you'll be stress-free. Hey, join our workout community, and you're going to have a better workout than ever. You're going to feel in better shape than you've ever been. Just give us your phone number now. We'll send you the details. But it's not about, oh, here's how great our product is. Here's how great us is. It's all about them. Following? Yes? You guys following? Nice. Sick. All right, cool. Good. All right, so now here comes the important part. This is where most online marketers will tell you this is when you sell some shit. All right, now it's time to sell. It's like, bro, take me on a date first type of thing, you know? And this is what people do all the time. They try and sell right away. It's like, no, why don't we build the what? Build the relationship. Take them down a path that actually makes a little bit more sense. So what we like to do is we like to build out something that's around seven different steps, which means that we're going to send them 7 messages over around a 2-week period. How long? A 2-week period. Now, I'm not saying that you can't sell right away. You do whatever you want to do. But I think when you give somebody something for free, let them go through it, let them use it, and then offer the sale within about a week period, because they have a much higher chance of actually buying. So, step 1 is you're just sending them the free what? Send them the free gift. Whatever it is that you decided on, whatever it is that was, you send them that free gift. You say, hey, here you go, all about you, done. 2, you want to welcome them to a what? No, to some kind of community. I don't care what business you're in, you should have some kind of a community. Doesn't matter if it's a Facebook group, an Instagram group, or an Instagram page, a WhatsApp group, a Discord group, whatever it is. You want to have somewhere where they can see that there are other people, and if you're just starting, that's fine, doesn't really matter, but somewhere where they can come to and see that other people are enjoying whatever it is that you're offering. Does that make sense? Get them in, if they go somewhere and they see that, hell, all these other people bought this shit and like it, why can't I? Compared to, I have no idea who this person is, I'm not really sure, but take them somewhere where they can see that other people are having some form of what? Success with whatever it is that you're offering. And I mean, even if it's like I saw the one thing, the candy thing out there, the candy machine, like the cotton candy machine. Yeah, like hey, if you're trying to sell franchises for that, take them to a group of franchises that hey, everywhere we go, people love this shit. Much easier to buy that franchise machine and scale from there. So whatever it is, have some form of community for it. Now, have you noticed here that we haven't talked about who at all yet? Haven't talked about us at all yet. Completely focused on who? Them. 3. This is where we want to finally start to give them some information on who. So now we can finally intro. Which means that you can send them to a corporate website. You can send them an information page. You can send them something that has something to do with about you. You can send them a 30-second video or 40-second video. This is where we finally start to make the introduction to ourselves. Good? 4 is when we ask for more information. Now, I think it's important to understand that step 1, we're only asking for a text, but we do at some point need to capture more information so that we can decide if this person is a good fit for whatever it is that we're offering. So this is when you send them a questionnaire or you send them a page to buy something, but you make some form of an offer and it doesn't even have to be a sales offer, it's just an offer to either 1, sell something, or 2, gather more information, decide if this person's the right fit for whatever it is that we're doing. Make sense? Okay, good. 5, follow up on 1. The goal of our free gift, again, is to make sure that they're doing what? They're using it. We want them to use this stuff. If they're not using this stuff, it's an absolute waste of time. So follow up on making sure that they're doing this. Good? 6, again, time for an offer. If you didn't make a solid offer here and you just ask for more information, this is the part where you make a solid offer. You've now spent almost 10 to 11 days just having solid communication with these people, time to make an offer, and 7 obviously is some type of close on that offer. And obviously this goes on and on and on and on. That, I'm giving you a really condensed version here, but you can have this go up to 20, 30, 40 messages over a period of 3 to 4 months. I don't think every single person buys in the first week. I think some people buy after 5 months. And so it's a process that you have to kind of scale out and map out. Good on this? Yes? Cool. Let me review everything. So 1, we have to be able to generate traffic. And I think the easiest way to generate traffic is obviously just through some form of systemized lead flow. 2, we have to take them to a page that converts. And 3, we have to follow up. Now I want to be really clear that when I talk about this, I make this sound all very, very easy to do. It's not easy to do. It takes a lot of time and practice, and you have to test and track and tweak things constantly. But fundamentally, if you can do these 3 things really well, you start to generate a lot more what? Sales. Leads come naturally, but you start to generate a lot more sales. And I think that's the goal of most businesses, is to generate more what? Sales. Cool? All right. I want to tell you really quick about our software, and then I'll take some questions. Is that okay? Say yes. So we built a software that was completely focused and really mapped around what do small business owners need to be able to scale effectively, scale quick, and it's not going to cost them a fortune. I've looked at, when we were sitting in the middle of COVID, I looked at all these different softwares on the market that cost thousands of dollars, and I'm like, well, what if we built something that didn't cost that and was a way that customers and people can start to text their customers instantaneously without having to actually massively blow their bank? So we built this thing called MobexPro. And the whole concept and idea behind MobexPro was that a lot of people have ways to do communication through email, or a lot of people have ways to do communication via texting, but it's very expensive. What if we created an all-in-one platform that allowed you to handle all your text messaging, all your email, all your squeeze pages, all your offer pages, all through one portal that was all a drag and drop builder? Does that make sense so far? So what we do is really fundamentally have your all-in-one CRM, SaaS software, that's designed around customer and lead flow, that's easy for the business owner to use. Our entire price point is really simple. We have 2 really, really simple models for it. Model 1 is $99 a month. For $99 a month, you get 1,000 text messages a month. We're partners with this company called Zoom, so you get a Zoom Pro account with it for free. You get unlimited squeeze pages to design, and they're super, super simple to use. It's drag and drop builder. It's so cool. unlimited automations that you can build out. So you want to build out automations that customers receive automated text, all those types of things all included. That's option 1. Option 2 is we build your entire process out for $1,000, and then it's $99 a month after that first month. So it's $997. We build out your entire process for you. It's done in about 14 days. How long? 14 days. So if you're someone that has a business, wants to start a business, or thinking about starting a business, we build out your entire process for you, which includes like your squeeze page, includes all your text message flow, includes your keywords so that you start to capture data instantly. And if you want more information on this, you can do this really simply. You can take out your phones right now. Let me show you just how quickly this works. Take out your phones and text MOBEX, M-O-B-E-X, to the number 26786. 26786. So text MOBEX to 26786. And I'll show you how simple this software is to use. It's pretty cool. And as soon as you text, you'll receive a message back. And then you'll receive some more messages from us over the next 10-ish days. Cool, but it's a really, really cool, simple software. Our entire process, like I said, is really around text message marketing. We help you with all the things that we talked about here today and a lot more than that. If you have questions on any of that, I'm going to stick around afterwards. We can talk about that. If you have questions for anything that we talked about during this talk today, please fire away.
I have one.
Yeah, fire.
So if you already have a text number and a text system, is
We're-
it easy to change that?
You can,
That's
like
something I had
Like
to
for
do.
instance, the franchise expo here, we just uploaded all their contacts that they were using with someone else, and it took us 5 minutes to do.
Do I have to change numbers?
We're all focused on short codes, so we're different, and that's why we're so affordable compared to the number-based systems where you're paying per text. We don't have that, so we're focused on short codes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yes.
When you're talking about like the lead generation and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you're talking about doing it with 20,000. What about generating an audience, like through, like not through the regular means, but actually like using clients to generate audience?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that too, and I can help you with that stuff too. Not difficult to do. Other questions on anything we went through? Yes. I'm good on time, right?
You got 30 minutes.
I have 30 minutes
15
left?
minutes, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was almost done. I thought I only had 30 minutes. That's sick. All right, cool. Other questions on anything that we talked about or went through today? Yes, go ahead.
I'm curious, your thoughts, just like going back to what you were talking about, taking a network and owning it, like
Yeah.
like ads and then like, look-like audiences
Yeah.
versus when you're still new versus you don't have the traffic to maybe build.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the traffic to start to build look-like audiences, I think it really does come down to just starting with one of these networks.
Pick it up.
Yeah, like in my opinion, like I think people waste so much time doing these spending like if you're posting on Facebook, Instagram, and let's say Twitter every single day, it's like, what is the point? You know, like pick one of them and own them. That even means like from your content pieces. Like just pick one of these networks and really start to narrow in on that, and then run ads on that one network. Like don't run ads on 3 different platforms. I mean, unless you have the staff to do it, right? Then it's different. But for most people, like they don't have the staff to do it. So just pick one network and really focus on that. And if you think that it gets to a point where it's evergreen enough, where you can run an ad for a long period of time and it still converts, then you can start to look at, okay, maybe we should also focus on this network at this point because we've locked this one down. But I don't think like you should make that switch until you've hit the targets that you believe you wanted to hit, whether it's 50 leads a day, 100 leads a day, whatever it is, and where your budget is capable of making that shift too. It's also very important. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then as you build lookalike audiences, you can start to add those factors into it too. So, other questions? Yes?
What's your thought about running ads versus creating content?
I think content's praying. I really do. Like, I mean, there is some content that obviously works really well, but you also have to look, like, how do these networks make money? Make money. I mean, the only way they make money, by the way, unless you're buying, has anyone bought Facebook's goggles? Okay, right. So the only way they make money is ads. And so it is not designed It used to be designed this way. It used to be designed where if you created good content, the algorithm would pick it up and would show you their stuff, right? It's not how it works, except maybe YouTube, and TikTok. But the algorithm is designed to show stuff that people are paying that to be seen. Does that make sense? Even when it looks like a content piece, someone has probably paid something so that you're randomly seeing that stuff. You know, it's very rare that I can make the best video in the world.
Right, but that's what I meant. I mean, versus an ad that say, see me, this is my best product, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but a lot of the things that you don't even...
Content that you use it as an ad.
Yes, content using as an ad works fine. And I think that's a way that there's a strategy that works with that as well, right? When it's longer form content, whatever it is, that's okay. I just don't think that, 10 years ago, if you made 10 really good videos, you could probably get a few thousand likes on it and it would be great. You didn't have to pay anything for it. Now, it's not a strategy that is going to sustainably generate lead flow, because most of those videos won't have, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, how many friends you have, all that stuff. It really comes down to, are you paying for this to be seen? Algorithms are fun on these networks now. Yes?
I see a lot of digital marketing, content creator, and AI funnels.
Yeah, that's probably because you Googled that shit in the last 3 months.
So like,
I mean, literally, like, have you Googled that ever? If you Google it, you're going to see it all the time. Like, that's how it works. That's how retargeting works, right? So, like, if you go into your phone right now, if you just go like this and you talk about, like, I want to take a private jet to Cabo on Monday, you'll start to get, regardless of your income, you will literally start to get ads for private jets to Mexico. Yeah, they're totally listening, by the way. Like, that's how it works. Like, don't kid yourself, they are. And so it's not really like, it's not because there's a spike in interest, which there is in like AI, of course, but it's more something that it's designed to show you what you think you want to see. And sometimes it shows you what you want to see. Yeah, it's very scary. Like, I've given lots of talks, especially at like universities, on how scary this shit is. It's crazy. Like, they know more about you than you know about yourself. Like, for sure. Like, go break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend and you will have like 10 significant matches ready to go. That'll just start to pop up. I swear to God, it happens, right? You don't need Humble. Just go to Facebook and find mutual friends and it gets crazy. Yes, other questions? Yeah.
Do you like Google Ads?
Google Ads work really good if you're like some type of service-based business and you can afford to pay for it. It starts to get really expensive per click in comparison to like almost every other network. I mean, if you're fine with paying like $15 a click, Google Ads are great. And the lead flow, the lead quality is really good too, but it's expensive, right? Yeah. Other questions? Oh, I just hate their UI so much that I don't really use it. Like, someone messaged me on LinkedIn when I was coming here, and I'm like, I didn't even know I had that login still, because like it's okay for certain aspects, right? But like, I mean, B2B is the same as B2C. It's still P2P. It's a person to person, right? Like, I've always had that debate. Like, when you're talking about running ads to a business, it's very hard to do. You still have to run ads to the person that's the decision maker in the business. So you're still running ads to a person. Yes, like there are lots of pros to it, but like you're not going to tell me the same person that's on LinkedIn isn't on Facebook. They are, and they're. You can. It's just a different. It's just a different conversation, right? I think the biggest problem per se with LinkedIn is like people don't spend a lot of time on it, and so like you have to target networks of people like how often do you scroll LinkedIn compared to how often you scroll some of these other platforms? Right. So, but if you're not a good example, your customer's probably not either. That's how I always judge it too. Like, am I doing it? Because if I'm not doing it, then my potential customers.
I'm saying I think I do it, but I don't think I'm a good example.
Yeah.
I'm on LinkedIn probably more than a normal person is.
Yeah, but in comparison to most of the other networks, you're probably not. Like when you look at like the amount of time you actually, like people don't even realize how much time they scroll Facebook. It's disgusting if you actually saw the minutes behind it. Even people that say I don't even use Facebook scroll Facebook like crazy. It's true, it's wild, but it is. And so like I always like, I think you can have success on LinkedIn. I just want to target, I think there's better markets to typically target where people spend a lot more time.
Right, so
Right. So they live. What kind of business is that you're trying to target?
Let's just say, I guess, dentists.
Dentists. Okay. So.
I want the office.
So then I'm going to find out when the next dentist conference is. Marketing for dentists. I guarantee you in 10 minutes I can find some conference for that. And then when they're all at that conference, I'm going to blow that conference up with ads for those 3 days. I'm going to make sure that every single one of them sees it.
But you're going to do it on Facebook.
I could, or I could also do it on Instagram, or I could do it on Snapchat. I'm going to look at what do I think is the best place to do, or I'm going to do it on Google. I'm not saying that I'm just locking in on Facebook. I think they're all great. I think they all have great different resources. I just don't think that I don't think people spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. And so one, if they're not spending a lot of time, that's tough. Two, if they're spending a little bit of time and only see my ad for a little bit of time, it gets a lot harder for them to actually click those links because if they're not seeing it, if they're not looking at LinkedIn 7 times a day, I don't want them. If they are, then sure, and maybe that's a conversation you can figure out and do research on. Hey, do marketing agents for dentists spend a lot of time on LinkedIn? I'm gonna bet they don't. They probably spend a lot of time on Instagram. Because when you see ads for dentists or dental work, you're typically seeing it on Instagram because it's the most appealing and place to put someone with really screwed up teeth. So when you see that shock factor, you click. Yeah. Other questions? Yeah.
How does MobexPro, in this sense, integrate with like those Facebooks and stuff like that differently?
Yeah, we just plug in for all the lead flow, right? So we become the place where we capture all the data from the Facebook where we're sending the traffic. We're step 1, step 2, and step 3 of the process.
You said your gold program was $9.97.
For $1,000, we bill it all out for you, and then it's $100 a month. Or you can do it yourself.
Your screen's at $5,000.
Yeah, well, usually it's $5,000. It's usually $5,000, but we're doing something cool with at the franchise expo where it's $1,000. But if you go online tomorrow and buy it for $5,000, I won't be upset. I'll be super happy actually. No, it doesn't matter. Other questions? All right, cool. If there's no more questions, there was enough questions where I feel like I did a decent job, not a great job, but that's okay. Are we gonna take a break, or are you just gonna come right up? Well, it's up to you. The next speaker is a really awesome, amazing guy. Do you want to take a break and go to the bathroom stuff and come back? Or do we take a break? All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. How long?
15 minutes.
Oh, 15-minute break. All right, 15-minute break. And if you have any questions about Mobex, I'll be in the back of the room. Thanks, guys.